It's been killing me, man.
Yeah, I guess it would. I figured it would.
Me. Oh.
All right, we are live. We've got 6 people in the house already. We've got Avid, Ernie Brown, Chrissy Brown. We've got Evan TV. We got 351. Valerie's in here. Richard Jarvis was in here and he's gone to bed. Straight to the point was in here, but he'll be back in later. Appreciate y'all coming in.
Absolutely.
There's 2 old vets. Yeah, Ernie. Yeah, you go sit on that couch. Put us on the big screen. All right, everybody that's in here. We'll let a few more jump in here. I know it's just started. There's Muskrat coming in.
What's going on, Muskrat? Good to see you, bro.
So when you going back out again?
Well, actually, I'll be on leave coming up on my next work cycle, so I'll probably be fishing for the next 2 weeks or so. Probably some early morning. I'll probably go live a few times within the next few weeks, I think. Just because school is starting to slow down. Classes end relatively soon, so I'll have some more time to get out soon, hopefully.
Go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go Thursday. I don't know if I'm going to go hit Creek or I'm going to hit that spot where we were Sunday with Lee Evans and go catfishing. Because, man, I got hit hard. I had a Patriot float on, and, man, something hit it hard and took it all the way under. Took it under the ledge and took it under. So, whatever it was big.
Oh.
I was like, it had to be a flathead.
Yeah, definitely. They like to
it was either a blue or a flathead because it didn't shake. It just all it done was just took it and gone. He went straight back down under. Yeah. Man. So I want to go back. I want to go back so bad. What's up, Straight Point? Eddie Gross. What's up, Real and Raider? What's up? There's Elliot with Surfins. Oh, we got 11 people in here. All right, fishing with squirrel. All right, guys. Welcome to What's in Your Tackle episode, I believe it's 23.
23.
So we got 23 episodes of this. Tonight's guest is the one, the only. I call him the man of the hour because he just now got back into it. Mr. Mark from TheFishinMagician2.0.
What's going on, everybody? Happy to be here. Finally getting back into the live stream game. I'm excited.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. What's going on, Dale Hayslip? Mike Irvin. So we were talking, for the ones that are in chat, we was kind of talking about just being glad to see you back into getting back out there in the lives and stuff. And so if you want to give a little bit of background where you've been, what's been going on with you, because I know a lot of people probably don't know where you've been. So.
Definitely. So, yeah, if you guys have noticed, I've definitely taken a break from the live streams. The main reason is because I started school up again recently, and they're 2 pretty relatively difficult classes. They're 2 bio classes, and one is included in human anatomy and stuff. And this is all towards my bachelor's degree, which I'm pursuing at the moment. But on top of that, I'm also working full-time. And school part-time and work full-time and YouTube on the side kind of gets really tedious. And on top of that, I have a wife that I like to spend time with and stuff like that. So I just kind of had to take a step back from one thing. And the lives is what was kind of taking most of that time. So it's not like I was neglecting any of you guys, any of the fans or anything. It killed me to be away, but I just had to deal with what I got. And mainly I've just been fishing early mornings and filming videos at the very least, so I can at least get some kind of content out there. And yeah, it's pretty much what's been going on. School's winding down now, so I'm hoping to get a little bit more free time in the next few weeks coming up.
Well, while you've been gone, is anything new been going on? Anything new coming in with
I definitely noticed
or content or anything?
I've definitely noticed a lot more new people in the community. Like there were some people in the chat I didn't recognize, and that's awesome. Like, we're always growing and stuff like that. I see that two stands hit 1K. He caught that freaking massive sturgeon the other day. That was amazing. But yeah, just
Oh yeah, absolutely.
seeing everybody in there and stuff, and it was nice to see everybody back again. The only really changes I've noticed is just kind of like the new people added to the community, which is always a good thing. A lot of people started channels at the very beginning, and it's good to see people are still continuing on with stuff like that.
Yeah, we've got a few new people that's hit the chats now, starting new channels. So yeah, what's going on, Rams Bait and Tackle? What's going on, man?
Ram Diaz, what's up?
Solo. Yeah, I'm down. It's probably because I'm sitting down here in this little corner room in my basement. So that's why it sounds like I'm in a pipe. There's the Kirkpatricks and Greenwell. What's going on, Lisabella? Kirkpatrick Thomas.
Good to see you guys, man.
Got to put that Thomas at the end. What's going on, Hooks and Hammocks, Chris? 18 people in the house. Appreciate y'all coming in here. Make sure y'all share this out. Hit the thumbs up.
Absolutely.
There's John.
Oh,
John,
man.
John Parker.
What do you have to say?
Somebody in here can't fish worth a lick. Told you.
It's all right. My results speak for themselves. I have years of content on my channel you guys can go look at.
Well, yeah. How many? I didn't get to see how many fish did you catch this last live?
Yesterday I caught 6.
Well, John, you went out for 4 hours or a couple hours and you didn't catch none today, and he caught 6 yesterday. So hey.
Oh, I love it.
We love picking on him. We love you, John. We do. We really do.
We were talking about you before the live started.
Yeah. But man, let's just get started in it. We'll start some tackle and stuff. But kind of get a rundown what you think people should start looking in at tackle right now these days and age. I know you probably stay up on kind of new stuff that's going on with the tackle. Just kind of give us an idea of what you're looking at right now for new tackle or what people should be looking at.
Yeah. So, that's kind of a tricky question. I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
Well, definitely when I'm looking at tackle, I try to look at quality over quantity, like always. That's always been like a big thing for me. And I think kind of like a hot topic right now that I'm seeing a lot of is people are bending out and breaking a lot of hooks. The last few times I've been hearing problems from people, that's been their main concern. Hooks getting dull, hook points being bent. So I'm definitely looking at like quality hooks. I like to go with name brands. I really don't like going with like off brand or anything like that. I know some people, they'll go with like the Amazon brand and stuff, but I've been about name brand hooks for pretty much my whole fishing career, even before catfishing, I would say. And because really, if you think about it, that's one of the main things that's going to help you land the fish. Also line, I would say also. I know people oftentimes, because line kind of gets a little expensive, people will go with like the cheaper option. But, if that's going to cost you a fish in the long term, I think that's something you need to think of and weigh out your pros versus cons. If you're willing to lose a fish for paying a little bit less money, then that's your decision. But quality over quantity has always been my thing, definitely. Anything new, really, as far as like technology, I guess, like in the fishing community, I can't really think of anything too new. But yeah, I definitely say quality over quantity for anything,
You want to give us any background on Solo Texan's comment there?
Don't ask Mark about his bait running spinning rod or how it works. Why? What? I think he asked me something about it last night in my live. I don't remember what he asked. I think he asked how it worked or something. And I was like, you just pushed the lever on the back. I don't know if he was being serious or not, though. That's why I was like, I don't know. That's funny, though.
What's going on? I think Michael Moreau is in the house.
Rillo, what's up?
Mike Chavez. Am I missing anybody? Oh, Freddy's Outdoors in here. Hogleg's in here. Appreciate y'all coming in here. We got 26 people in here. Appreciate y'all coming in here.
Amazing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Roger. Yeah. Number one tip to catch a big fish, be prepared to catch a big fish. Absolutely.
Right. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Don't put yourself in a disadvantage.
Yeah. If you're going to catch a big fish, make sure you have the line that's going to catch it, the hooks are going to catch it. Make sure your reel and your rod's going to be able to handle it.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. But let's get into talking about some of your tackle that you use, and kind of guess I know you talked a little bit last night about some of the reels and stuff that you use, but for the ones that wasn't there, why don't you go ahead and kind of give us the rundown of what rods you use?
Definitely. So yeah, I'll start with rods and then I'll just kind of work down to the setup, I guess. So rods, they're kind of a little bit all over the place, believe it or not, because I didn't really want to buy starting out any rods that were specifically for catfish because I don't like to like limit myself, I guess you could say. I want them to be used for like other things as well. So I kind of selected rods at the very beginning based on like what I could use them for now and in the future. And the first one I ended up getting was the Penn Squadron 2, the surf casting rod. And that is a 10.5-foot medium heavy action rod. And the main reason for that one is because this river is so big. And for you to be able to get out there a ways, you kind of need a longer rod. And that was like the main reason behind getting that one. And I've taken that thing everywhere. Tidal Basin, Washington, D.C. I've caught some sharks on it back home and stuff. And I use that thing all the time. It's in pretty much every single one of my lives. So Penn is really a brand that I've been a fan of for a while. And so I ended up getting another Penn rod. It was a Penn Power Stick. And that's a little more heavy, more made for like a kayak or like a boat rod because it's only 7 feet long. But I can sling it out there pretty good. And it's pretty heavy. It can handle some big fish. I actually caught my PB on that rod. And then as I kind of started to get a little more involved in the community, I wanted to like show my support to everybody else and stuff. So I got, what did I get first? I think I got a Muddy River catfishing rod first. That thing is amazing. I love that rod so much. And I've caught some pretty nice fish on that one as well. And then I think after that, I tried out a Whisker Seeker. Wasn't the biggest fan. Nothing against them personally, but I just found them a little flimsy to my liking. But I have a 10.5.
Too much bend and not enough backbone.
Right, yeah. And I got the heavy action, so I figured it'd be a little more sturdy, but it was still flexing like a medium or a medium heavy. So I don't really use them too much anymore. But after that, I think I got a Uncle Lou's rod, of course, when he came out with them. Everybody loves those rods now, that's for sure, after seeing Stan catch that fish.
Oh, yeah.
I think those are...
Yeah, we've always talked to how Uncle Lou's sales are going to go up. He hasn't said yet, but I guarantee he's been, absolutely.
Straight up. But I like those. I think they're true to their action that they have. I know some. I think has a heavy. I have a medium heavy, and has also has some mediums, and Chunky has some mediums as well. But from what I can see, they look true to their bend, and they're pretty sturdy. I mean, everybody saw Stan catch that sturgeon on them, so I'm definitely.
I mean, that was a true test right there. I mean, when you have a 215-pound sturgeon pulling on that sucker, and you can't get him off the bottom, and that rod's bent in half. Yeah, that's a true testament on how that rod's going to handle any fish now.
And after seeing that, with holding the strain for like over, what was it, about 2 hours? The fight was about 2 hours, I think, right?
Yeah, about 2 hours, yeah.
And holding the strain of that fish for 2 hours, bent the entire time, like that's speaking testaments right there. So Uncle Lou's is definitely tried and true. But those are like the main kind of brands that I kind of like hover between. I'm looking at getting another Uncle Lou's here soon, probably another Muddy River rod, but I'm not too sure yet. I don't like to buy new gear unless I need it. But when I'm helping out the community, that kind of just takes over, I guess, and I just want to try the new stuff that's coming out. But that's kind of what I'm rocking with for rods. Kind of the same thing for reels. I kind of just like stay in a little spectrum. I've always been a big fan of Abu Garcia ever since I really started fishing. And 6,500, 7,000. And then spinning reels, I would say Penn once again. And Akuma, but only the Coronado. I wasn't a big fan of the Akuma Avenger. I had 3 of them, and 2 of them broke. So I kind of just kind of swore off Akuma for that. But after I got the Coronado, it's been doing well. And so I kind of just hover within like Penn, Abu Garcia. Every now and then I'll get a Shimano because they're pretty tried and true. They've made a big name for themselves. But yeah, I don't really like to get too fancy into reels. I just kind of stay with like my main ones. I was curious, Mark. I wanted info on how to use the bait running portion of the reel. From my understanding, it's like a second drag, but I'm not as clear as to when/how to use it. Okay, well, we were serious. There's a lever. Oh, I wish I had mine here with me. There's a lever at the back of your reel. So here's your spool right here, and then here's where you would hold it. And then right below on the back, there's a lever, and you just push it down, and basically it's free spool. And then all you have to do to disengage it is start reeling, or you can flick it back up, and then it'll engage your reel, and then your regular drag will be there and everything.
You might have to do a little video just kind of showing that off.
Yeah. I know my hands aren't the best example, but they were older than that. I think I got one in 2014, 2015. I think I got 2 in 2014 and 1 in 2015. I think that's what it was. So maybe they.
What's going on, Sean? What's going on, Pontoon Jody? There's Big Matt. Came in the house. Mike Turner's in the house. What's going on, guys? Make sure I didn't miss any other questions real quick. I think that was it. Oh, they were talking about the John's Live. Are you going to do the one bait, one rod, 1 hour challenge?
Oh, that's right. I still have to do that, huh? I want to, yeah. I was looking at a few of those challenges. I'm just going to need to make sure I pick the right spot for that one, I guess. Because if time is that precious, I'm going to need to make sure that I can get some good bites in my window. Or maybe I'll just go to the spot, wait till the bite starts, and then start. But
then start, yeah.
Those at some point. Is there like a time limit? Is there like a time limit that they're doing them in, or no?
I don't know. I've not seen anything like it has to be done by a certain date or anything like that. I think he's just wanting everybody to do it.
Yeah, I'll probably give it a shot on my next one.
Yeah. Pontoon Jody said last night was a hot spot, so that would be a good spot to go to.
It was. It started kicking up when the full moon started coming out. I know a lot of people have like their stigmas about the full moon, but last night it was doing pretty good for us. So.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of people are starting to get the moon hasn't really phased the bite. So
right.
I guess all these years people talk about the moon phase and it being the full moon. Really, the bite doesn't get good. It's actually opposite. The bite has been just as good as it is with a full moon or without it now.
Right. Exactly.
Oh yeah, I know Pontoon Jody can catch some donks. I know.
Oh yeah, definitely. I haven't seen her put in some work.
Yeah. And Uncle Lou says bite will be hot by the 24th. Yeah.
24th.
I think that's when we start changing. The weather starts changing a lot more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, tomorrow we start in the 60s for a few days.
That's right. I remember you telling me that yesterday. We're starting.
So it's going to be. Yeah, so the weather should be perfect right about that time. So we should have starting to get the bite starting. I know crappie's starting very quick.
Crappie. I need to get on some crappie this year. That's what I need to do.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh man. Chat's fine.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to keep
checking it every time.
Jody said, Pontoon Jody said a 35-pound flathead, and then my husband stole 2 big blues right out from under me.
Oh man.
Poor Pontoon Jody.
I need me a fancy kayak like Has, but
Oh, I'd love to. I'd love to have a kayak like his. I'd be on the water all the time. I'd never be back on the bank.
Yeah. I don't blame him for going out on his yak every time now.
No,
For the fish
I don't either.
So.
Yeah. I mean, because where he's catching the fish, you can't catch him from the bank. There's no way.
Nope. Yeah, that spot is on fire.
And see, I'm still in the mission of finding my spot.
Yeah.
I haven't found my spot yet, but I think when we talked, I think I may have found a spot that might work.
Yeah.
Because even after that one almost got me stuck on something, and we moved on down away from all that logs and stuff.
Yeah.
I threw a live bluegill out underneath the float, and he was being chased by something big because he was taking off fast.
Oh man.
It wasn't no bass.
Oh, definitely not.
No, so something was coming up on him big that made him scared. So I think we may have found it, but the problem is our water is getting so low now.
Yeah.
Part of our areas will actually, and Elliot with Surf Ins will tell you, we have an outside of our fishing creek and Pulaski County Park area, the water will get all the way down to the channel, and the whole island will come up out of the water.
Oh,
it gets that low. So you can walk all the way out to the channel.
Oh,
and then all you got is the channel going through.
Just drop
and
it
it's
right
that time of year it's starting to show, and it's already showing now. It was showing 2 weeks ago.
That might be a good bet.
That's what I'm thinking. As soon as it hits that channel, and you talk about, and it's a long, I say it's probably almost a mile long channel. So you talk about good. I can just get right out there and just drop in and just sit there and wait for them to come through.
That's good odds. Yeah, that's really good odds.
Yeah. And it's still deep. I say it's at least still about 10 to 20 feet deep at least.
That's not bad.
That channel.
That's not bad.
So I don't have to worry about snags.
You're lucky, man.
There is nothing in that channel. There is nothing in that channel.
You are lucky. That is all I worry about.
Yeah. Let's see, the channel was the main creek going through there.
Yeah.
It's all the main creek because there's nothing in it.
Okay. I see. I still got to do that. I got to try some float fishing for catfish. I haven't done that yet. I got some bobbers tied up. I just haven't tried.
I like the Patriot James floats. I like them because I can suspend, if I want to suspend a bait, I can suspend it about 6 feet. If I want to do shallow, I can just do about 6 feet underneath it.
Right.
Everything else can go to the bottom and just kind of float up with a float.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
That way, if you are in snags, see if you know you got a spot that's got trees and everything in it, snags.
Yeah.
That float's perfect because you can set it to wherever you want, and that stays in that spot. It won't go no higher or no lower.
Exactly, yeah.
So you know you never get snags, but until they take off with it.
You're right. Until they run 2 or 3.
And pull that whole entire float underneath the water and everything, and you don't even see it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I feel like that's
the only thing is when I pulled it out, I don't know if you've heard of them. Have you heard of it's called mossy parasites. It's like a mossy animal, like they grow up on the creeks, on against the docks and stuff. It almost looks like a jelly style.
Really?
Yeah. Let's see if I got the picture, I'll show it to you. Because this is what me and Lady Evans pulled up out of the water.
I may have seen them before. I can't remember though.
Yeah, I've never seen them. But I mean, it's for some reason we had them there. If I can get,
it's a little blurry.
Try to get the shadow away from it.
What the heck is that? That's
weird.
Ugh. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever seen one of those.
Apparently that is yeah. Apparently that is what they call a parasite colony,
Oh,
and that's what the big old fish hooked me on,
oh man.
and I pulled that sucker up out of the water.
Oh man.
Realistic fishing. You're right. That's what it is. That's
What's
the
up?
that's the name of them. Yep.
Alan says, "Go
Let me pull it
pack,
up
go."
here.
You know it.
Yeah. Yeah. See, realistic knows what it is.
Broy, bro,
Yeah.
bryozoa, something like that.
Bryozoa. Yeah. Yeah.
Man,
They said it can clog. It's so thick and hard it'll clog like water pipes and treatment pipes. The water can't
oh
come
wow,
through, and then it can give salmon and other fish like it,
yeah,
other relatives like it, kidney disease.
really?
So it can kill the fish off. Yeah,
Not good. Wow,
but you can't get rid of them because it's just they just keep on multiplying these
right?
colonies.
Dang, that's crazy. I don't think we
Yeah,
have anything quite like that in our river.
I didn't think we had anything honestly. Because I've never seen them, and I've been on the lake my entire life.
Yeah. Hmm.
Uh,
Just need to prove that my river has
oh, yeah.
fish in it.
Pontoon Billy had a question. Yeah, I got a little service going on.
Yeah, I'll definitely be going live when I do it. I'll probably, yeah, I'll probably go live for the challenge, and then I'll just like stay live after the challenge, so we get like probably like a good 4 hours or 5 hours of fishing in.
Yeah. So that's like John today. When he did his, he went on for his hour and then stayed on for a few more hours afterwards.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'll probably end up
Because
doing.
it's kind of, I mean, if you're already out there fishing, you might as well stay out there for a little longer.
Right. I'm not gonna drive 30 minutes and go catch bait for an hour to go fish for an hour.
No, no,
Uh,
no, absolutely not.
yeah.
But what kind of line do you use, or line do you prefer to use?
So my preferred line, I've been using it probably since I've been fishing. Like this whole time, I've had a preference is Maxima. Not a lot of people have heard of it or have used it, but it's a monofilament line, and it doesn't really have too much stretch for a mono, but it's so like abrasion resistant. And literally one night, my dad and his buddy, we were in a boat trying to break the line off, and it was just like keeping his boat in one spot. Like it's sturdy stuff, and I've always used it for sharks, rays, and sturgeon and striper and stuff back home. And yeah, we can use it for trout. They have like 2 pound and 4 pound, and I've always had success using it in there. If I can't find it anywhere, I like to go with Andy, and that's kind of like a newer line that I've been using probably the past, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. I'm not a huge fan of Trilene. It's just failed me too many times. But
Yeah,
I definitely prefer Maxima if I had to prefer a line. For braid, I like Power Pro. I don't really like to stray too far from that because it's pretty tried and true, I feel.
can you use your braid as much as you do the mono?
So when I first got here, I was using braid a lot because I was fishing that mountain spot that I was fishing is really deep, and I didn't think I
Okay.
could get too much line cap like left on my reel if I was casting. So I think about a year and a half ago, I switched to mono there because I was just breaking off too many fish, and
Yeah.
and I use that over there, 25 pound to 30 pound. But braid I'll use in like sections of the river where I know there's like no snags or no rocks, because I just
Okay.
like the instant connection to the fish. And I grew up using braid
Yeah.
and stuff for sharks and striper and stuff. So I was definitely used to it.
Oh,
But
yeah.
here, I just kind of had to modify my game a little bit. Jody, what size and brand? I've played around with so many hooks these last 2 years. I could not settle on a brand. So I was originally a really big fan of Team Catfish, just their double action circle hooks. They work amazing. They're too expensive for how many you get. I think you get like 3 for like
Oh,
$7, and I was like,
yeah.
I need to do something more practical here. So I went back to my classic Gamakatsus. Love Gamakatsu. I think out of all the hook brands I use Gamakatsu the most. They're just the most reliable, and I've been using them forever. I also experimented with Whisker Seeker. Their triple threat hooks. They did pretty good for last year's winter fishing. The only hooks I was not a huge fan of was Catfish Sumo. I tried their sweeper circle hooks, and they worked pretty well for like smaller fish, but for trophy catfish, they were just not hooking up at all. So I think my tried and true brand that I go with nowadays is Gamakatsu. Also, Trophy Cat Tackle. I just started using their circle hooks. They're pretty similar to Gamakatsu, but they're my new sponsor now. So I've been using their hooks. They're just as good as Gamakatsu as well. Maybe a little cheaper though.
So now you're saying that they're their new sponsor. Does that mean you're going to have a new shirt made with them put on there?
Made with what?
Made with their logo on there too?
I don't know. They sent me a T-shirt, and I wore their T-shirt a little bit. But yeah, I plan on like representing them as best as I can. I told them I was going to be honest. I'm going to give my honest opinion about everything. If it sucks, I'm not going to promote it. But everything I've used from them, I've been pleased with so far. Their Demon Dragons are very affordable. You get a pack of 4 for like $17 as opposed to like $25. And they work really well. Their hooks are really good. Their swivels are pretty heavy duty. They're really good as well. So I have nothing bad to say about them, and I thank them for giving me the opportunity to represent them and stuff. And also to answer your question, Jody, favorite bait all time. If I could only fish with one bait, it would be gizzard shad. But the time of year it always changes for me. In the summer, I like mackerel, eel. Jello chicken has been killing it this summer for everybody. And then wintertime, I move to like carp. And then if I can find shad, I'll use shad. Also in the summertime, I like bluegill, sunfish, live or cut. But yeah, those are like my main baits that I think I go to. Mark is going to knock one of those rats out. Always seems to come around when you sit for bait. Oh, man.
He's wanting to know when are you going to do that?
Oh, man. Well, the winter bite is coming soon, and the rats are out in the wintertime and thick. They're not really around in the summer. I haven't seen too many of them, but when the wintertime comes and they get too close, you may hear a plop in the water. Oh, man, that's funny.
Just like Has using snake for bait.
Yeah, I saw that video. I was dying. I didn't see that live.
Oh, I saw it live. It was hilarious when he did it. Oh, my gosh. He was freaking out.
He was freaking out.
Oh, yeah.
That's funny. Man, I've been trying to fish with Has for the last month, but it's been falling.
Oh, I know. You were talking about that last night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something always comes up.
Yeah. Either he's got something or I got something. Life, I guess.
Yeah. Let's see. Steve Mosley's come in. There's Outdoors with Dave. What's going on, sir? Mr. Dave. Fishing frustrations. What's going on, John? Thomas Littlepage. Sunfish Assassin's in the house. Real Time says, I welcome rats. Gotta have some excitement. No fishes. Yeah, that's right. You ain't catching nothing, so at least you can play around with the rats.
At least you got some kind of company, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. At least the rats won't talk back to them.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah. So Sunfish says, two old vets, I've been trying to get, well, I guess you, Mark, to use rats for months and months now.
That's what people keep telling me. They're like, throw them on, throw them on. And I don't know. I feel like if I killed a rat on stream, I would never hear the end of it. So maybe off
The
camera,
weird thing is,
I'll acquire some rats and then we'll use them as bait or something.
the weird thing is, I don't know if you ever watch them or not, but it's NDK Yaks.
Yeah,
Um, he uses these 3D lures when he goes for like pike and stuff.
yeah.
He has a 3D printed rat that uses, and it catches a monster pike on it.
Really? That's pretty cool.
So, speaking of rats, that might actually be a good bait.
Maybe.
You never know.
Just try sometime.
Look at that. John says, I resemble that. Yeah. Hey, you can all you want, but you know, it hurts when you know it's the truth.
Oh, man. Just do it off camera and say you're using the requested bait. Too old.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
PETA's going to be all over me.
I
love it.
What does Mike Morello say here? They talk about how much you got to wash your hands using chicken, how much you got to wash your hands to use rat meat.
God.
Oh, probably need to put gasoline on your hands.
Oh, yeah, that would be
to get it off there.
I don't think I would ever hear the end of it.
Oh no! Especially this winter when they actually do come out, it's gonna make it worse. Yeah. Yeah.
As long as I don't get harassed by any raccoons anymore, I'll be fine.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, let's talk about your setup. What kind of rigs do you normally use? Mm-hmm. And I know you normally use a certain rigs, but I know you use some different ones depending on what area you're fishing from.
Right. So for the most part, for a long time, I was like strictly Carolina rig, just like sinker slide down to your bead, cover your knot, and then improve clinch to my leader. Varying in size. With live bait, I usually have like a longer leader, probably like 1.5 to 2 feet. Without that, probably like a foot for just cut bait because catfish aren't really weight shy at all. So I just tie short leaders just cause. But yeah, for the most part, I was Carolina rig for many years. Occasionally using the 3-way rig, and then when I got here. I had tried the Santee Cooper rig a few times, and I didn't really see any difference in the baits that I was using on the Carolina rig and the Santee Cooper rig. So I was just strictly Carolina rig, and then more this spring is when I started using it a little bit more. So now I usually have a rod out with a Santee Cooper rig, and then I have one out that is just on the bottom. And whatever one starts getting bites more, I'll switch over to that rig, just to kind of like focus my chances in on where the fish are going to be beating at and stuff. If the river's running like really high and fast, then I'll throw on like a 3-way rig. Or if I'm fishing like a really rocky section, like the mountain, like I was yesterday, I'll use a 3-way rig. Just because I feel like it eliminates tangles and stuff, because tangles have always been a big issue, especially at the mountain, because it's flowing really fast like under the water there. So I try to use 3-way rigs at the mountain, and then any deep fast moving water I try to use a 3-way rig, just because it eliminates the tangles and stuff like that. If I still had a favorite to pick, I would say Carolina rig still, though. I mean, it's just something that works for everything.
Yeah. What's going on, Angel Hawk? Kentucky Rednecks come in. He said, I think he was saying something in John's live this morning. He was saying that he's getting ready to move toward me.
Really?
I don't know if he was joking or going to, but if that's cool, hey, by all means, come on down.
There you go.
Solo's wanting to know, and I don't know if everybody knows in here, Mark actually puts together his own rigs and actually sells them. So Solo wants to know how your sales are going on those rigs.
So in the beginning, we had a pretty good amount of sales, and then throughout the months, I had one here and there. But lately, I haven't really been promoting them or anything just because I've been so busy. So it's kind of died down within the last, I'd probably say like 2 or so months. I haven't really had much, but they were fairly consistent up until about the point where I went ghost for a little bit. But
Yeah.
I'm looking at tying up some more. I actually sold out of everything that I had tied, which was an accomplishment in itself. But I'm looking to tie up some more and start advertising them some more. Once things kind of just settle down with me over here, it's just been so busy from school to work and all kinds of stuff. So hopefully I'll be getting back into promoting those a little bit later. But I've had a lot of good emails from people that were happy with the ones that they did get.
Yeah.
And I got some pictures and stuff. People are catching fish on them. So I'm always happy to see that.
Yeah. I can always put them to test for you. You know, I might not catch anything. But hey, at least I'll catch more than John will.
Oh man. John is digging his own hole.
I know he is. What's going on, SMG? What's going on, man?
Oh.
Mike, it's fine, man. If you want to sit back and relax, man, that's fine. But man, you're still modding here. Go for it, man. Start dropping those links for everybody.
Absolutely.
You're good with me, man. Anybody other questions? Anybody else jumped in that I missed? We got 25 people in the house still.
Cool.
Yep, 25. Appreciate you all that's shared it out. I've got the notifications that everybody shared it out so far. Appreciate that. Y'all make sure you go there and give some love to Mark. I know most everybody's in here that is over there on his, but yeah, just share it out, hit the thumbs up.
Absolutely.
You hadn't subbed yet, go ahead and sub, man. It's some good content, and we try to do some education here, just trying to get out the information to everybody and just have some fun. But we've talked about your poles, we've talked about your reels a little bit, we've talked about your hooks, we've talked about the rigs, everything you got set up. What's the weights? What weights do you use, and where do you get your weights from? Are you using local, or are you going big name?
So for weights, it was always a dilemma at the beginning. I was like, oh, I'll grab some from Amazon, or I'll grab some from Dick's, and then I was like, why am I paying $5 for 2 5-ounce weights at Dick's? Like, I shouldn't be doing this. And so I started looking around a little bit for like bulk weights and stuff. And I didn't find any local guys originally. So I stumbled upon Dale's Tackle, and I've been buying from Dale's Tackle ever since then. Probably like 4 months after I got here, I would say. So I've been buying from Dale's for probably a good like little over 2 years now. And I've always been impressed with their shipping time, and I think it's a pretty good deal, the amount of weights that they give you for the price. And yeah, I've got a few sinker slides from them as well. And they've always had good customer service, and their prices are good. So I've just kind of stuck with that one brand from here on out, Dale's Tackle. Yeah. I'm sure there's a few people in here that also shop with them, because there's a few people in the lives that say that they shop from Dale's Tackle as well. But he's got some good prices.
Yeah. Yeah, and don't forget what's his name? It's in most of our lives that does it. It's got his own tidal wave weights. Somebody's got to give me that name. I know one of y'all know it in chat. Brad Cottle.
Oh, Brad. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Brad Cottle does his own sinkers and stuff too. So that'd be somebody you might want to look up too.
Yeah,
and he does pretty good fast shipping too.
Really?
They're pretty good. What I'm understanding from a lot of people love his weights.
Okay, yeah, I think he mentioned that in one of my lives, and he shot me an email. So yeah, I'll have to definitely try him out.
Yeah, he ships them out pretty quick. I mean, I think the other day we were talking about it, me and him, and he had some orders, and then like the next day he already had them and they were already shipped out. Like he was already took pictures and said, "Hey, the orders are already done, ready to go."
Yeah.
So yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
Kentucky Catfish Chris, he said Tidal Weights is where he gets his.
Tidal Weights,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What's going on, Mike's Fishing Home? That's where he's getting his in a couple days. There's Small Town Catfisher. What's going on, man? Valerie's back in the house again. But yeah, something like that. I mean, that'd be. I mean, it's a pretty good sized box. I mean,
yeah,
you get them in, and I understand they're pretty cheap.
That's good. It's always good. Yeah, I'll definitely.
SMG's got a good question.
Do any of your local tackle stores do sponsorships? Sometimes just wearing their logo can help out with the bait bill. Not to my knowledge, but the thing around here is there's not really any local tackle stores until you get towards like Maryland, really. But I would say in the heart of DC, in the surrounding area in Virginia, you're not going to find a tackle store for at least like 10, 15 miles. So it's kind of difficult with that over here. The ones that are towards the Bay more and towards Maryland, I think some of them do sponsorships if I remember correctly. But I just don't fish out that way enough to where I think I could represent them well or, show them any traffic or stuff like that.
SMG to go along with that, you just got to watch out because there's a lot of stuff online right now, especially through YouTube and other things that will show you that you are being sponsored. But the thing is with the sponsorship, with some of them that you have to pay for their product to advertise it.
Yes.
But a true sponsorship, most of the true sponsorships will actually let you have stuff to
exactly
to do it.
Even exchange.
They're not going to make you. Yeah, it's like an exchange. It's like, hey, I'll give you this if you advertise for us, and if you're going live, then you have to put it in your content that you're using this and stuff like that.
Exactly.
But if they make you pay up front for all this stuff, they're not going to be a true sponsorship.
Right. Those are more like promotional staff. So when people are like, "Oh, I'm pro staff," it's not your professional staff, your promotional staff. So they give you a discount.
You're basically.
And then you go promote that. That's what I am for Trophy Cat. So I have a discount code that I share with them. I get a discount on things that I get from them. And then I promote them and they can use my code and stuff. It's promotional staff. People think it's professional staff, but it's promotional staff.
No. Yeah. And I think that's why people get confused. They get confused with that pro staff and promo.
Exactly, yeah. Because sponsorship and pro staff are different things, like you already said.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
Oh man, don't put me on the spot now.
Oh, I've not heard this. What's going on with this one? What's some backstory on this one?
I'm waiting to make an official announcement, but things are going to be changing in the future. I'm not going to give when or where, but hopefully an announcement
on your own time.
Within the next probably month, when things are pretty set in stone. Probably right before the holidays, I'll make an announcement and stuff, because I do have some big things coming up, big changes to the channel and stuff like that. So I got to get everything sorted in my mind before I before I make that announcement, but it'll be coming soon.
Angel's like cats out of the bag. I mean, not technically no, but technically yeah. But hey, we just have to wait. We'll have to wait and see. But hey, I'm glad stuff's moving for you. Stuff is good coming up. So it's exciting to see changes in everybody, what's going in their futures and stuff like that. So I know you're not going to say much about that, but I mean, fishing wise, any close before then future plans you've got right now that's going on with fishing?
I
You
do
can
have.
talk about?
I have a few trips coming up. So my friends from back home from California, they're going to be visiting next week, and we're going to have a whole
Awesome.
week of them fishing with me. So there'll probably be a few live streams where they're fishing with me and stuff. I'm just really excited to show them the fishing like in this area, and so they'll be with me for a week. That's coming up, and then also me and Haslife are going on a trip to Deep Creek, Maryland, and we'll be up there for a few days, and we'll be fishing and filming content. Not sure if we're going to be live because the service isn't great up there, but we'll be filming some videos up
Oh,
there.
I know.
And
Tim, that's up there where my brother Tim's at. Yeah, there's not much. I mean, it depends on where you're at. There's not good service up there anywhere.
oh no, unless you're in the cabin on the Wi-Fi, forget about it. But,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, me and Haz will be up there doing that. Me and my wife actually just went camping on the Shenandoah River in Virginia for a few days. So I filmed a bunch of content there. First video for that is dropping tomorrow. And then I'll have a part 2 as well coming out. And then I think I'm going to meet up with Channel Chad. If you guys are familiar with Channel Chad and Kenny, they do a lot of carp fishing in Baltimore, Maryland. And they're going to link up with me towards the middle of October, and we're going to see if we can get them on some flathead, and they're going to see if they can get me on some carp. So definitely some trips coming up, that's for sure. Definitely. I'm not leaving YouTube. I'll tell you that. YouTube is never going away. I will be on YouTube for probably the next 10 to 15 years. That's never going away. But.
So you're not denying that you're going to become a golfer?
Never. I will never leave fishing. Wherever I'm at, I will continue to fish.
Solo wants to know when you're going live on the kayak before it gets too cold.
I was gonna go this year, but my setup on my kayak, it's not really like as Gucci as Has kayak, so I have to do a lot of drill-in modifications for mine to be like a fishing kayak. And I think I'm good with the modifications that I've done right now. So I'm not sure if I'm going to get to any live on the kayak just because I don't think I can modify it enough or well enough to have my phone safe or to have a good view of like the rods and stuff. Because with Haz's, he can stand up and adjust his camera. And for mine, it's not really steady enough for me to get up and keep adjusting it and stuff. So I don't think we're going to be able to do that.
Now, are you on top of your kayak or are you actually inside your kayak?
It's a sit on top, but it's more of like an ocean kayak. Okay. So it has like a V-shaped hull. Gotcha. It's not made for stability really, but it can cut through some waves. It has, but as far as like a catfishing kayak, it's not great for it. I look at upgrading hopefully sometime in the next few months, maybe. We'll see, though.
Yeah. SMG's got a question for both of us. I'll let you answer the first time. It says, if you were to fish 2 other countries, then what 2 countries would you pick?
Oh, man. This is a hard one.
I know. That's tough.
Just 2 of them.
Man, that's a tough question. 2 countries is tough to pick.
Can I be like super general, like South America or something? Man, I think I would fish Spain for the River Ebro and catch the gigantic Wells catfish. And then I think Australia. They're so diverse in everything they can catch, from like giant freaking bull sharks off the beach to like what do they have? Barramundi out there? Those like crazy looking sportfish that they catch.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, those things look crazy. I think I could get a good diversity from that.
I'd be over there toward like the Amazon River.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And any of those areas around that area, because I mean the Paramount, and all that kind of stuff. All those right there. I think honestly, I don't think I could pick 2. I think just the Amazon River going through everything down through there will pick everything for me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, I'd like to get on a grouper. I mean, I wouldn't have to leave the country for that one, but
Right.
still,
Oh yeah, that would be
there's some big groupers out in other areas that are just massive.
massive. One day, that's on a bucket list for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Good questions here. These are some.
Uh, oh yeah, I'm actually kind of impressed with the questions this
Yeah.
time. Definitely. Sean T goes, he goes to heck with fishing. He goes, I just want to go to the other countries and meet people.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. What's small town catfisher?
I seen TFM and thought it was Tauflademerus. Then it dawned on me who it was. Who was that? What is that?
I have no clue what he's talking about.
Oh man, you guys are on something.
You must talk to Solo Texan a lot because he's always got something. Always got something. Mark, you should buy Chunky's boat.
I'm holding off on a boat for a while until I know where I'm going to end up, like for permanent. Because I just feel like moving with a boat is a pain, and I just want to make sure I'm solid in where I'm at. And if I get a boat, it's like a good purchase, you know. Like I'm all about like usability. Like I'll be like, before I buy something, I'll let it sit in my cart for like a week, and then be like, am I really going to use this? What am I going to use this for? And then if I decide, you know, I'm not going to use it, I'll take it out of my cart. So I really want to make sure that if I buy something, especially something big like that, that it's worth, you know, the money that I'm spending, and I'm going to get a good use out of it and stuff like that. But I'm just waiting on that one.
Yeah.
Oh man, you guys are asking all the good questions tonight. What other talent does Mark?
Hey, that's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. Even though we talk about tackle, hey, we'll always get off the subject for a little bit.
Yeah. Well, fun fact: I recently started playing marching snare drum. For some reason, I've just had like a strange fascination with it, like since I was a kid, and I started playing probably like 3 or 4 months ago, and I like that a lot. So I could definitely play like a little bit. I'm still kind of learning, but I like doing that. I'm trying to think of what other talents do I have. I don't even know, honestly. Babe, what other talents do I have? She doesn't know.
She don't know. She's supposed to know. She's supposed to know all your talents.
I don't know. I'm pretty decent at Guitar Hero on controller, and I'm all right on guitar, I guess. I used to play video games a decent amount of time, but I kind of stopped when I got busy with YouTube. I haven't really played games in a while. I'm fairly decent at editing, I would say. I also box a little bit. I have like a punching bag outside, and in the midst of COVID, I really wanted to learn how to box. So I was practicing that for a while. So I can box a little bit too. I gotta fight for my fishing spots, you know. But yeah, just little things here and there.
Solo, you're fine, Solo. You're fine. Hey, you got questions? You got questions? Go ahead. What's going on, Maurice? Local 336. Maurice has got a question for you.
Maurice. Oh man, that's
so what big name YouTuber would you like to fish with? That'd be hard to put it down to just one. Yeah, I know that.
It's hard because I really want to fish with someone that I feel is genuine to their audience, and they're not kind of just like making crazy videos to like stand out on YouTube. Like I want to fish with someone that I know I feel in my heart would be cool to fish with. I'm trying to think. Man. There's a few. So there's this guy back home. His name is Greg Blanchard, and he's a bass fisherman. And he just seems like a really like wholesome guy. And he seems pretty cool in his videos, like really down to earth guy. I would love to fish with him. And then probably in the catfishing community, oh man, maybe Luke from Cats and Carp, because he seems like a pretty cool guy. And Mike Chavez, I was fishing with Mike Chavez a few months back, and he was like, yeah, he's a cool dude. He's down to earth and stuff. And I was like, oh, I'd like to
Oh yeah.
pursue him at some point. He seems like a cool
I
guy,
think
very
I think
knowledgeable.
everybody wants to fish with Mike.
Yeah, Mike is a good dude. When I fish with him,
Yeah.
he's a really good dude. How long did the drum sit in my cart? It actually sat there for about 3 weeks because I was kind of like debating back and forth with my wife, and she was like, "You don't have time for this," and I have a fairly decent amount of downtime at work, so I was like, "I'll just practice at work," and so I started practicing at work, and then started practicing at my house, and now, yeah, practicing all the time. Well, when I can, I'll take little breaks from editing and play a little bit, but oh man. New Year will be here soon. What are my goals for next year? That's a very good question. So a YouTube goal for me next year, I would say, is probably to hit 5K. I know it's a little bit of a stretch because right now we're not even at 4K, but I want to hit 5,000 by next year. Just keep expanding that, improve my editing as much as I can. And the goal for me is just to always improve with every video. Try not to get lazy and sloppy because ultimately I want to put most of my focus into like my content. I want people to like enjoy the content. So I think big goals for me is just improving and putting all of my energy, most of my energy into the YouTube videos, into the fishing community and stuff. Keep growing my social media, my TikTok, my all my pages and stuff like that, and just really like focus in on the fishing part of it, editing, quality over quantity. Like I said before, that kind of just goes for everything I want to do.
Yeah. Yes, I know Pontoon Jody was asking, but for the ones that don't know, kind of get some background. She's talking about, are you a military person? So give us a little background on your military and what you do for the military.
Okay, yeah. So in 2016, February 2nd, I joined the Air Force, and I was in basic for approximately 8 weeks. Went to tech school for 4 months for security forces. So basically, in the Air Force, that can be an array of jobs depending on what base you're at. So we range from law enforcement to security, flyaway missions, all kinds of stuff. So we're basically like cops for the Air Force. First 2 years, I was stationed in Japan. So that was a lot of law enforcement. The whole time I was there, I got a lot of experience under my belt there. And then after those 2 years in Japan, I PCS'd here to Andrews Air Force Base, Maryland. And for the first year that I was here in Maryland, I did mainly like entry control, like at the gate and stuff. And then after that 1 year, I was placed in the presidential squadron. So for the past, I think 2 years now, I've been doing basically like presidential security, like on the flight line on base.
Just got a notification from PayPal. Appreciate that, John, with Fishing Frustration for the $5 donation. Appreciate that, man.
Awesome.
Yep, appreciate that. Anything small like that it always helps.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Muskrat wants to edit his question and change it. He says, "What other talent does Mark not possess?"
What? Oh man, I have no idea how to answer that question.
Where's your wife at?
Where's my life at?
Maybe she can answer that question. No, your wife.
Oh, my wife? She's watching Netflix with her headphones in now, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to say, maybe she can answer that question.
What talent do I not possess? I don't know. I don't know how to relax, honestly. I've been so busy doing so many things. I'm always on my feet. I can never sit down and just take a break. I always have to be doing something productive. I'm just like a workaholic, I guess.
Small town, I can tell you no. I don't use trolling weights. I don't even own a boat.
I've used them once or twice on my kayak, but for the most part, I don't. I actually just got a bunch of new ones from Santee Drifters because I was anticipating doing a lot more kayak fishing. But every time me and Haz are supposed to link up, something happens, so haven't been able to try them out yet.
There's your big shout out right there.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that. It's been a journey, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That's true. We're fishing with a lot of cool people already. Met a lot of good people over here in the DMV. A lot of good people.
Oh gosh. Solo.
Whoa. You got to practice technique. What about technique, man?
Whew, man.
I have like a double end bag that like when you hit it, it comes back at you. So you have to like move and stuff. Like there's a few other things that I do for that. But taking steroids, those arms are getting ripped. These arms are not big. These are small arms. That's funny though.
What's Valerie got into now? What's this one? The Mark and John real time for the win.
Oh man. I'll fish for 20 minutes and he can have an hour and I'll still win.
Yeah. So can we say that's kind of an unofficial call out to Mr. John Barker?
Maybe, I don't know.
If
he really wants,
if they're up for it, if they're up for it, I can moderate it. We can do it right here on the channel.
I'm down to do something against him. I'm down for it.
Oh yeah, I called them out today too. I called them out and told them, hey, we go fishing.
Is he still in here? It's gotta be.
I don't know if he's still in here or not. I really don't know if he is or not.
That's funny. I'm sure he'll watch it back.
Let's see. I haven't seen him come back in here, but
I'm sure someone.
I think they were talking about Maurice. Then they were talking about Steve Douglas meeting him at the conference. That would be a person I'd like to meet. I'm definitely going to be able to meet him next year up in Louisville, so I'm definitely going.
Nice.
So I'll get to meet a lot of people that are going to that Louisville one.
Mm-hmm.
Kentucky Redneck says, wow, you're young, so I done pulled 14 years in Army before you got old enough to join. I feel so old. Yeah, everybody don't realize Mark is actually pretty young for the rest of us.
I guess so, yeah. I'm 24. I just turned 24 in May. Done a lot.
I'm 38. I'm 38, so.
38? Oh, okay. That's not too bad.
No. Oh, gosh. Now, these are good ones.
Oh, man. Whew. We're digging
Oh, my
deep.
goodness. Yeah. Let's bring back memories. I mean, I can go first on that one. My first memory of fishing trip is, I mean, you see it. I did it actually this last Thursday. I hit the creek. My mom, God rest her soul, she's been passed for 3 years now. Used to take me to Buck Creek there by the house, the old house in our little community of Short Creek and Stab. And I decided this Thursday I was going to go back to my roots and fish it. And if you haven't seen it yet, it's the last live video I did. I pulled out a 17-inch, 3-pound largemouth out of about a foot of water.
Oh, yeah,
so that now is my biggest PB largemouth.
That's awesome.
So that's my first memory is going back to the fishing trips where my mom used to take me down there. So I had to go back.
Awesome.
It's always good to go back to your roots.
Definitely, yeah. That's what I need to do when I go on leave again. I think for me, probably this place in California. There's a big lake called Lake Berryessa, and there's a branch off of it, like a finger that goes back, and it's called Pope Canyon. And I think me and my dad we were hunting there, and he was like, "Hey, you want to see if we can catch some fish?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he had like a little survival fishing kit, like in his bag. So it's just like a bunch of split shots and little hooks and some line. And we used the can, like we wrapped it around the can and threw it in the water, and like we're pulling bluegill out and bass. And I think that's the first big memory that I had there. But the water's like crystal clear. It's like a little creek, super tucked away. And yeah, that spot is like memorable in my head. I need to go back there. I haven't been back there in years. Mark, we're going to start training raccoons. We can make some money off of that. Start a circus in DC or something.
What is it? Was it the raccoons, the rats?
Yeah.
Was it the skunks too?
There's been one skunk. Yeah. Kenny's got the coyotes with him.
Yeah, Kenny's got the coyotes. Yeah. Has got the snakes. Yeah. we can start our own circus.
Yeah, we're
or petting zoo at least, or like a petting zoo or something.
Yeah. That's funny.
That would be a good one right there.
It would be a good one, I think. Yeah, the James definitely has quality fish that are just above the Potomac's, but I think we could beat them in numbers enough to make it a good battle. So we got to do that at some point.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be a good one to see. Yeah, going off the res, I forgot to mention you earlier. Avid says Mark is still a greenie.
What does that mean?
I don't know about that. Oh gosh, Small Town says now I feel old, Kelly. What? Because I said I was 38.
Oh man.
Let's see. Solo's got a good question.
Engagement with the chat, great content. Appreciate all you do for
or just a little comment, yeah.
Community. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. Yeah, I try to read everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the chat, because the way I look at it, you guys are taking your time out of your day to come and watch me. So I want to give you guys that same respect back. You know, if you're gonna comment, I'll try and read all the comments that I can. Sometimes chat's flying and I miss a few. It's not intentional. It's never intentional. But yeah, I definitely want to give you guys the same respect that you're giving me for watching me. So that's kind of like the whole premise behind that.
Larry Oliver's in here saying hi to you.
Larry O, what's up, man? What's up? Yep. Good to see you
guys. Oh, that's why Avid said you were a greenie. He said you're young. That makes you a greenie.
Hey, I've done a lot of my life for being this age. That's for sure. We're just getting started, so.
Oh yeah. I know you kind of mentioned it a little bit, but you're not originally from where you're at. You're actually from the other side of the states.
Correct. Yes. So
kind of give us a background on what you used to fish over there a lot for.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, born in Fairfield, California, and pretty much raised my whole life in a place called Vacaville, California. It's kind of in between Sacramento and San Francisco. Sacramento's about 35 minutes one way. San Francisco's about 45 minutes the other way. So I had access to a huge array of like species and diversity. So it was really hard to leave that. I'm not going to lie. So I did a lot of striper fishing. Striped bass was like kind of like one of the main staples that I did over there. Striper, we have catfish, nothing like the catfish here. We got some channel cats, white cats, stuff like that. I did a fair amount of bass fishing, largemouth and smallmouth included. A lot of salmon fishing. Salmon fishing is amazing over there. I miss it so much. I also did a lot of like rockfish fishing, and rockfish over there is not the same as over here. So they're basically like a species of cod, and there's a bunch of different colors of a rock. There's like brown rockfish, blue rockfish, all different kinds, and you kind of just like jig for them, or you can use like cut squid and stuff. So I did a lot of that rockfish fishing. Also surf perch fishing and sea perch fishing. I did a lot of that back there. Sharks, leopard sharks and stingrays. That was like one of the best times of the year for me to fish over there. Summer times was always doing that. That's probably one of my favorites that I miss the most. I would say did a fair amount of trout fishing in the mountains as well, because we're kind of close to Tahoe and like the Sierra Nevada mountain range right there. There's all kinds of lakes and rivers, from like fast creek trout to like deep lake trout, all that stuff. I did all that probably from the age of like 12 is where it really started kicking up to where I think I consider myself a fisherman, to where I was fishing at least once a week consistently, maybe 2-3 times a week. From that age up until when I leave for the Air Force, 18 or 19. Up until then, I was fishing every single weekend for all kinds of stuff. I even used to take the bus from my house to the golf course and then sneak onto the golf course and catch carp before I got kicked out. And then I would leave and come back another day and get kicked out and just repeat the process. But it was good times. I had a lot of diversity over there. And
I remember those days that we used to do at the rich place here that we have. They got a big pond. We used to go there and catch bass, and the golfers would get mad at us and call security on us, and we had to get in the vehicles and take off real quick.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, I did a lot of that stuff. I'm fortunate to have been so close to all that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it gives you more experience on different kinds of species and everything, and
right.
I mean, like the show's called, I mean, it's watching your tackle. So I mean, with what you dealt with over there and what you're dealing now, the tackle, it's a little bit different, but it's basically on the same range as what you're using now.
Exactly.
Just on a different scale.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Give us a little background on how you came up with the bite cam.
Which do you mean?
Where you did the camera in the water for the catfish?
The underwater footage.
Yeah, just give us a background on what made you come up with that.
So I had been pondering the idea in my head for a while, and I'd seen all these videos of these underwater cameras, and I was like, man, I really think I could probably do something like that. And I was trying to find some type of catfish underwater footage, and there really wasn't any in any big bodies of water. The only ones I could find were like maybe in a farm pond, and there's one I found from like Spain and stuff, like not our species of catfish. And I was like, I don't really think people have done anything like this yet. So I figured the camera was worth the investment. It's $200, so it's pretty expensive. With the plan, the replacement plan's an extra $50. But when I started using it, I was like, wow, this thing is amazing. Like, you see so much that you would have had no idea what was going on under the water, and it was just well worth it to me to get that. And the opportunity to do something that no one had done on YouTube at the time, how catfish react to jello chicken underwater. I knew that no one had anything like that. So I figured I could get my name in there first, kind of for like, I don't know, I guess the pioneer for starting something like that, because I wanted the footage to be like good quality. And it's pretty good quality. It's not just like you're sitting watching a black screen and then all of a sudden you see a catfish for like half a second. You can see them come up to the bait, eat it, get and everything. So my opportunity presented itself, and I jumped on it. I haven't been able to use it recently because the river's been pretty dirty, and you have to be really careful about the spots that you use it at. I don't use it in any spots where there's even a slight chance of getting snagged. That's why a majority of the videos have been filmed in the same spot. But I'm working on getting some more stuff out there soon with it. I'm just hoping the river calms down within the next few days or so I can get out there and use it again. But I love it.
If any of my mods in chat can drop that link to those videos, I appreciate it, because I know not everybody in here has seen those underwater camera videos, but it's something to look at just to see the behavior of the catfish
Right.
because we really don't know what's going on underneath the water, what makes them, if they're come right up on it, if they bite right off the bat, or they look at it and kind of hit it and kind of move it around and see. But these cameras, especially what Mark's doing, really gives us an insight of what these catfish are actually doing
Right.
when it comes to them hooking themselves on the bait and hooks.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Let's see, Mark Solo Texan's got a good question. Says, Mark, what video would you say was the funniest and most memorable that you've put out so far?
Oh man, this is a hard one.
Well, the memorable, probably, I mean, honestly, to me, would be the underwater stuff. I mean, so that's going to be, to me, it's going to be out there. I mean, because nobody else has done it, especially
Right.
around here.
Exactly. For most memorable, I'd say more recently, yes. That's kind of like my baby right now, I guess you could say, is the
Yeah.
underwater footage. Before that, I think most memorable is probably my PB, the 54 pounder, just because it's something that sticks in my head. Like I remember that morning like it was yesterday. The funniest
Yeah.
one I think I've uploaded. Oh man, I don't even know. Uh, God, I'm trying to think. Probably the one where there's a few of these, but there's one day where the rod that was furthest away from me kept getting bites. So in every clip that I get up to catch a fish, I'm just running, and all you see is just my arms like a video game, like running towards the rods.
Oh, I think
That
I remember somebody saying something about that one. Yeah.
that one is
Okay.
the funniest. It cracked me up to edit it, and I love watching it over again because it just cracks me up. It's just
Okay. Because somebody, I think Bex was talking about that one at one time, watching you do that one because it
yeah.
reminded her of I think when Steven was running, he was the
Oh,
same way.
I
Like he was
remember.
running like it was really stiff. Like
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
I appreciate Mods for dropping that link. Yeah, if you haven't seen them, man, go over and watch those underwater videos. I mean, it's just
Definitely.
it's
Uh-oh, we're frozen. Can you hear me? You hear me? Or no? You're like
just
cutting out.
bear with us, guys. I think we're having some issues.
Oh, you're back. Oh, for a split second you were back. Hmm. Mark's good. Okay. Mark's good. I can't hear him. We can hear Mark fine. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't hear him. I think his connection is a little weird. He's frozen. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. Come on, stream. Come on, man. Hmm. Uh-oh. I think he jumped out and he's going to jump back in, assuming. Jerry read down the big fish. Oh, yeah. Something I wish I had done. Hmm. This is so weird, man. Can you guys still hear me or no? Or like we off? Damn. There he is. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but
Oh,
we were having we've been having storms last day or so, and got some cloud
Okay.
cover. So yeah,
Gotcha. Okay.
signal. I mean, I've got good signal on my computer for the routers that's sitting right upstairs. I just think our main uh, Wi-Fi is just through the internet service is just it's spotty right now. They've been having issues last couple of weeks.
Gotcha.
So, but I don't know if you've answered that while we were off, but
I have not. No. What keep
Muskrat was wanting to know. Okay,
or
yeah,
educate?
what keeps your attention on YouTube videos, educational or entertainment? Yeah,
I think a little bit of both. Me personally, because I feel like educational videos are a little too dry when they're just focused on education, and entertaining videos are a little too outlandish, I guess you could say, for my taste at least. I don't like just like straight entertainment where I feel like the person is just like kind of like putting on a facade to like make a good show. I like a little bit of both. Just I like really just people who I can tell they're being themselves and they're not forcing anything on camera. I think that's like my favorite kind of people to
yeah,
watch. You know,
yeah,
people are going crazy honking their horns out here.
absolutely. Yeah, my internet's still kind of slagging. It's
Oh,
causing
okay,
my chat to go slow.
gotcha.
Let's see. I know Solo said something about he enjoyed where you put your dad on a big fish.
Yeah,
Um, that was he liked that one.
yeah, that was really fun to do when my parents came
So
down here.
that's something that's going to be memorable, definitely.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, yeah, Dan. I know I can't catch a break. Can't catch a break with signal while I'm fishing or at home. But I have an excuse. I was when I was fishing those ponds. I was out in the middle of nowhere, so that tells you where I lived out there. I lived out in the middle of nowhere, so yeah, there was no internet out there. It was we entertained ourselves by fishing, and that was it.
Right.
Let's see. Yeah. Dan said I think somebody put a sign up that says honk when you're live on a show.
Man, I hope
I
people
guess
get
it's
time
happened
pretty quick.
before. I guess it's happened before.
Oh man.
But well, kind of give us. I know we're already at an hour and a half. I know you kind of wanted to get off a little earlier, but we can just try and kind of wrap it up if you want to. We don't have to, but I always ask everybody that comes in your advice to people that are just getting into the catfishing world when it comes to tackle. What advice do you give them when they're looking for tackle? Where to go, where to look at, who to stick with, and not to. I guess you could say who not to go around and look at if you're just getting into it.
Well, as far as tackle, I really just tell people go with what you like. I really personally don't think there's any set in stone way to catch catfish. I think it's different all around the world. And just go what you like, go with your preferences. If something's working, repeat that. If you want to get fancy, you can. You know, definitely go with the Gucci brands if you really want to and stuff. But first starting out, definitely experiment, see what you like, see what's working, try different baits. Don't be afraid to try different spots because you may find a hidden gem. I've done that plenty of times. So don't be afraid to get out there. Don't be afraid to make those long trips. Don't be afraid to walk. Don't be afraid to try new baits. Just experiment. Get around and try everything. See what you like, and just refurbish little things as you need to.
Sorry, signal went really bad at that time. So.
Oh, you're good.
But man, I appreciate you coming on here. I appreciate you taking that time out of your studies and your busy day. So appreciate everybody in chat coming along. We've kept it steady around about 25, 30 people the whole time. So appreciate everybody that came in, hit thumbs up, shared it out. Appreciate you, every one of them. John with Fishing Frustrations, appreciate that donation. Definitely appreciate that. So, well, before we take off, Dan has a question. Says, Mark, a little explanation on how you scout new locations.
So for me personally, I will look at like depth charts and stuff. If I can find some deep pockets and stuff where I know for my river that they'll be holding fish, I'll find the nearest accessible parking to that location. And if I have to walk, a mile, half a mile, 2 miles, then I'll walk. Just don't be afraid to like put in the miles and stuff, because you may find a gem spot. That's how I found the mountain spot that I am now. It's a painfully steep hike down and back up, and it's kind of far with all the gear that you have over some big boulders. But making those long walks like that, you're going to find some untouched land more than likely that's going to be holding some fish. So look at the depth charts, find the holes in the river. Don't be afraid to park and walk. If you can use a bicycle or you can use anything else to get around, do that. But don't be afraid to travel the lands and bushwhack and just get out there, get as near as you can to those spots.
Yeah, absolutely. And also Google Earth too. Not just the depth charts. Google Earth actually helps you kind of look at your edge water.
Yes.
And see if there's access, definitely, because not all the times these little areas that you think is going to be the depth chart's going to be good, you may be looking at a 10-foot cliff drop to that spot.
Yeah.
So
I definitely use
you gotta look at both to really look at your spots.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, I went to a couple spots and said, "Oh, good, the bank's good, the depth's good." The only problem is you're in a dead hole. There's nothing, no service, no nothing.
Yeah.
So to me, that spot could have been a good spot to fish. The only problem is if there was an emergency, I have no way of contacting anybody.
Right.
That's another thing you gotta look at. Is definitely having some kind of a service, even if it's one bar.
Right.
If you got an emergency, you need to make that phone call. Well, if you ain't got no service, guess what? You're done.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's no getting out.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. And then there's some spots I find where I'm like, that looks fishable, and I get there and it's a cliff, like you said, and you can't fish there. That's happened to me plenty of times.
You can't fish. Yeah. Yeah. So you really got to watch it. Because Google Earth, and then also looking at your depth charts and stuff, and just kind of using both of them to look at it,
right?
And look and see and say, hey, this might be a good spot to fish, but can I fish it?
Right? Can I fish it?
Yeah. But appreciate you, Maurice, Solo Texan, Ernie. Appreciate you coming in. Everybody else, but. Everybody make sure in about 30 minutes go over and see Muskrat Adventures, Mr. Roger. He's got Mr. Lance, the Hawaiian fisherman, which is in chat right now. He's going to be over there and be his special guest. So make sure you hit him up and show some love on that side of the catfish community. So like we say over here, peace, guys. We'll see you the next time. We're out here. Yep. Stick around, Mark. We'll talk just for a second when we leave.
Yes, sir.